To meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils, and we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil.
I remember I was only 13 when I met the demon. Gave me a deuce and a bundle of cocaine. Told me to sell to my people, make sure you keep them fiending. If any try to shoot you, make sure that you leave them leaking. He said,
I'ma hold you down when problems pop up.
How you got me moving this dope? Want me in lockup? He said,
don't you want the Benz vertible with the top cup?
Yeah.
Stop bitching, get in that kitchen, let it rock up. Bitches love the dope boy, especially when it's pop up. I know you know Ron.
Who the plug from by the block up?
I'll tell you a little secret, make sure that you keep your mouth shut. Ron got a Lexus, crib in Philly and Texas. Trip to the Bahamas, just got a whip for his mama. He fucking up in commas, be honest, he's seeing decent dope.
I hear you, but I just seen Ron about a week ago. In fact, he ain't looking too good, his knees is kinda slow. I asked him why the struggle, he got stuck up for his bundle. But them 6 hollow tips in his legs what made him crumble.
At least he got the house and mama is living good.
Said the feds took it all, he right back in the hood. I see you try to play me, you gave us crack in the 80s. Made us abort our babies and making hoes out our ladies. I know you got me gravy, but Satan, you must be crazy. It's gonna take more than them cars when to amaze me. I seen niggas shoot for the stars, but being lazy. Never get their head at the clouds, so you don't faze me.
I guarantee that you gon' regret it, remember I said it.
Nah, you could dead it.
What you saying, I can't win?
Nah, devil, nice try, so until we meet again.
I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils, and we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. I ain't religious or superstitious, but we been getting fucked and put to the side like a mistress. Police patrolling why? Because prison became a business. They murder one of ours and they start talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. If this ain't hell, dog, what is this? Where was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? There was no peace talk like the Dalai Lama. Bush dropping bombs saying he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man, they even caught the Boston bomber. But when we riot, they send the military in armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die a martyr. You reap what you sow, some people call it karma. When Christ return, y'all gon' get this harvest like a farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying to settle the score with a side of Shakur. I changed my life and I'm just trying to live life right. But at night I look behind me and see flashing lights patting me down. You got nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I gave up my vice. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? And Your Honor, why you gave our homeboy's life? I've been wondering why you shot our homeboy twice. Pussy with a gun screaming out that he got a knife. He came from Habibi's spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's trife, I'm just giving visuals like Skype. Ask Trayvon, Mike Brown, a Kai Gurley, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Philando, Alden, Sterling, Jaquan McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils, and we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils, and we seen the rise of the devil. I pray for the demise of the devil. Lord knows I despise every devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil and said, I pray you die, every devil.
Any man give his life for YAHANNA, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that U.P.K banner. Is my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary.
Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, give
it's true, nigga. Cool y'all. Go to grab, 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 go to grab. It's all about that warfare, boy. Get grab, get grab, back up, get grab, get grab, back up, get grab, get grab. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grab, 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 take grab. My soldiers take grab till them stand down. Take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab. My soldiers take grab till them stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pay dividends. You should've used your common sense. My zeal lit, that means you could never prevail. Hey, with a true sin, hey, with warriors dwell. Be wise with the weapons, cause I promise. My nine just like my wife, she concealed, she modest. I know 2 things, a robber will not prosper. And any man harm me and my aunt gon' meet the doctor. Cause this life is warfare, it's not an easy walk. Been watching my people die so you can miss me with that love talk. My U.P.K soldiers, any man try to cross your path, make him regret it. What that means? Fall on his age. Comparing me to you really ain't no contest. Long live one West. Say what? Long live one West. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for. Tell them back up. I'm about to drop some heavy for. Go to grab, 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 go to grab. It's all about that warfare, boy. Get grab, get grab, back up, get grab, get grab, back up, get grab, get grab. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grab, 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 take grab. My soldiers take grab till them stand down. Take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab. My soldiers take grab till them stand down.
Hey, 144, 144, 144, 144. I'm calling my soldiers, it's that time. I'm calling my soldiers, let's get in line, get in line. Hey, 144, 144. 144, 144. I'm calling my soldiers, it's that time. I'm calling my soldiers, let's get in line, hey, get in line, hey. Babylon is falling and we praying for it every day. Change up the game, I had to find myself a better way. People out here struggling cause they can't seem to find a way. Kids don't go outside no more cause it ain't even safe to play. People out here waking up but they don't know which way to turn. Open up them holy scriptures, break them down so they can learn. Devils out here feel like Usher, I suggest you let them burn. If they get to asking question, you just tell them it's our turn. Move like Christ, live like Christ. I'm just trying to get it right. Walk by faith, not by sight. Keep the law, my guiding light. Move like Christ, live like Christ. I'm just trying to get it right. Walk by faith, not by sight. Keep the law, my guiding light. 144, 144, 144, 144. I'm calling my soldiers, it's that time. I'm calling my soldiers, let's get in line, get in line. Hey, 144, 144, 144, 144. I'm calling my soldiers, it's that time. I'm calling my soldiers, let's get in line, get in line. Hey. Wrote the verse until begin to hit the page. I'm turning to the east whenever I start to pray. pray that for my soldier, my comrades, no comment, just real men that walking right in the spirit. When the Lord speak, they hear it. This real life when we bring it, this real truth that we slang it. We seen the pictures they painted, our history they change it, and everything been tainted. And I'm sick good, I'm sick good, and I'm sick good. So get rid of it, and I'm sick good, and I'm sick good. Move like Christ, live like Christ. I'm just trying to get it right. Walk by faith, not by sight. Keep the law, my guiding light. Move like Christ, live like Christ. I'm just trying to get it right. Walk by faith, not by sight. Keep the law, my guiding light.
144, 144, 144, 144.
I'm calling my soldiers, it's that time. I'm calling my soldiers, let's get in line, get in line.
Hey, 144, 144, 144, 144.
I'm calling my soldiers, it's that time. I'm calling my soldiers, let's get in line, get in line.
We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of YAHANNA. Tonight is Wednesday, so all across the world, you know, it's the law class. You understand? Everywhere you look, all the brothers will be going in on the law. All right. What's the importance of the law? Go ahead, brother.
It helps remind Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are.
Right. And it also keeps us from being selfish, you know, towards each other. You understand? Because the law tells us how to treat each other, you know, and how to conduct ourselves with one another. You know, without the law, we would be all selfish, man. Like them Christians, you understand? They don't follow the law, so we all know how selfish Christians are, right? So in order for us to like not be selfish, we have to follow the laws of the Most High, man. We're gonna start with this article. It's the private school one, or whichever one you want to start with, brother. It don't matter, whichever one you got it. Go ahead when you're ready.
It says, family of Texas man who died after live PD chase that began over high beams to receive $5 million settlement, the largest payout in county's history.
Right. So this brother right here, man, like they was supposed to be pulling this brother over, you know, for him having his high beams on. You understand? And they end up killing this brother, man. They end up killing this man, in Texas. You know, a normal traffic stop, right? That supposedly just went wrong, man. And for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, this happened way too often, man. This happens way too much, man. A normal traffic stop concludes with one of us being dead, man. And it's a video of this, man. It's horrific, man. The video is just terrible. This brother wasn't resisting or nothing, man. They had him already, you know, laid down on his stomach. He was trying to give him his arms and stuff. He was telling him he couldn't breathe, man. They killed this brother, man, over some high beams, and they call themselves gonna pay the family out because they think that for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, money is the only thing that we want. You know, we don't want our family members. We want the money, right? And that shows you how evil and wicked our oppressor is, man. Because he think that he can solve everything with his money, man. He think everything can be solved with his money. This was somebody's son, man. This man was somebody's son. You understand? I don't know if he had kids or not, you know, but that's besides the case. You know, like they killed this brother over a normal traffic stop, man. Go ahead, brother.
Khan. They started chasing Ambler because he had failed to dim his lights on his vehicle. When the officers finally caught Ambler after his car crash, they tased him 4 consecutive times despite his pleas that he had congestive heart failure and could not breathe. The 40-year-old died immediately afterward.
They killed this man. Like he telling them that he can't breathe, right? And he ran. He did run from them, but you know, and the lives of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know, when you see the cops, man, you fear for your life, man. We fear for our lives. This brother was scared. He probably was just trying to get to a well lit area, you know what I'm saying? Because it was night. He probably was trying to get to a well lit area, you know, where somebody could see what's going on, man. So they called themselves killed this brother, man. So like they killed this brother, man. Go ahead.
Khan. Big Fish Entertainment, the production company behind the reality show, not only destroyed the footage from the chase.
You reading the you ain't start from the top?
You want me to read it? Skip the you don't want me to just go to the highlighted parts?
La. The highlighted points are for me.
Oh, Khan. It says Javier Ambler's the second's death was filmed by live PD producers.
There you go. So go ahead.
Who at the time were working with the officers for a reality show set to air on national television.
You see that? Like they was filming this, man. Like they filming they cops show, right? And they got a real crime on camera, man. They got a real crime. And that shows you how Esau is. You know, it's a game to them. It's a game, man. They just walk around filming the lives of police officers. Right? That's a game. If the job was so dangerous, you wouldn't have a camera crew following you around. Right. If the job was as dangerous as they act like it is. Right. Go ahead, brother.
Khan. Javier Ambler died in March 2019 after Williamson County Sheriff's Deputy J.J. Johnson tried to pull him over for driving with bright headlights.
Right. So this devil, first and foremost, this happened in March 2019, man. We almost in 2022, and this story just coming out. This story just airing, just making headlines, man. Almost 3 years ago, or 3 years, and it's just now coming out, man. That shows you like they have no compassion for Israel, man. They don't give a damn what they do to us, and they see it as unimportant to any and everybody, man. You understand? Like this should have came out as soon as it happened, man. Go ahead.
Williamson County Commissioners voted on Tuesday, December 14th, to approve the 7-figure settlement.
Right. See, they just Tuesday decided they gonna pay this brother family out, man. 3 years after he been murdered by the police, they released the story, and since the story is out, now they want to pay him. They probably wasn't even gonna pay him. They probably was not gonna pay him, acting like he broke the law, riding with high beams on. Go ahead.
The largest settlement in the county's history.
Mm-hmm.
The Austin American Statesman reports that $3,362,740 will be paid by travelers insurance, and the remaining $1,637,260 will come directly from the county.
Do it.
Ambler's death was not immediately a national headline.
Right. It wasn't even a immediate national headline, man. That's what we was just saying. You know, like they really Esau tries to hide, you know, when he know he messes up, man. He tries to hide, you know, like they sweep everything up under the rug as if we should know about it. Right? This is one of our own, man. If it was some little Edomite girl, it would have been all over it'd be nationwide news. Every TV you turn on, they'll be talking about it. If it was a little Edomite and a black cop did this, you wouldn't be able to get away from it, man. And they would have been had justice for this. Like this story just coming out, and they trying to pay the family, man. They trying to pay the family off. Go ahead.
Despite the incident happening in 2019, it wasn't until June 2020 when the local news station KVU and the Austin American Statesman broke the story that the nature of his death was made public.
It took the news station to break the story, huh? And what did it say, June 2020? Go ahead, brother.
Reports revealed that two Williamson deputies, J.J. Johnson and Zach Camden, chased Ambler across city lines into Austin with the live PD camera crews documenting the 22-minute pursuit.
Now, they filmed the whole thing, man. This camera crew done filmed the whole thing. And they done chased him across city lines, man. Like, meaning they is hunting this brother, man. All for some damn high beams. Like, you pursued this man for 22 minutes, man. You had, like, they had nothing but death. Like, they had war in their heart for this brother, man. They had war in their heart. For some high beams, you've been forgot about them high beams in what, 2 minutes? They pursued this brother, man, for 22 minutes for some high beams, man. Go ahead, brother.
They started chasing Ambler because he had failed to dim his headlights on his vehicle. When the officers finally caught Ambler after his car crash, they tased him 4 consecutive times, despite his pleas that he had congestive heart failure and could not breathe.
Now, see, this brother telling them that he has an ailment, man. He is telling them he got an ailment, and they still decided they're going to tase his brother 4 times, man. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was just gonna say this story sounds familiar. It sounds like George Floyd, don't it? It sounds like around this timeline, ain't the same?
Do sound about like around the time of George Floyd.
I think that's why they didn't want to release it, because they know it lit an even hotter flame around that time.
I think you're right. George Floyd was around this time, 2019.
Kind.
Yeah, it would have been the city of Texas, Austin would have been burning. Nice. Go ahead.
Big Fish Entertainment, the production company behind the reality show.
Go back up. They say he couldn't breathe. After he told him he couldn't breathe, they
tased him 4 consecutive times, despite his pleas that he had congestive heart failure and could not breathe.
Right.
The 40-year-old died immediately afterward.
Man, I'm telling you, like, if you can see this video, the video is so disturbing, man. Like, they got this brother down. They already got one of his arms. They got the handcuffs on one arm, and they was trying to give him the other one. And the damn devil said, "I'm sure I just broke his finger." Trying to pull this man's arm. He said he broke his finger, man. He got this man on his stomach. They already got one arm. He told him, "I'm not resisting." They kept talking about stop resisting. He said, "I'm not resisting. I can't breathe." He told him.
The more we do with our phones, the more network quality and reliability matter. And only
They still tase his brother, man. And like when I was watching the video this morning, like you could see the brother, like after they got him handcuffed, they side him up. And then they called for, ambulance or, and like just watching him. He was already gone, man. He was already gone. They talking about check for a pulse. He talking about something, he breathing. But like looking at that video, you could see that brother was dead, man. That brother was dead sitting on the side of the police cruiser, man. That brother was dead, man. And they didn't give a damn. They was just standing around. Nobody tried to perform CPR or nothing. They just standing around. Oh, like pulling his eyelids and stuff. Like you could see this brother was dead, man. And he told him he had an ailment. And they still was tasing this brother, man. They didn't give a damn about what he was saying. You understand? Because when you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and and you trying to tell your oppressor, you know, that something going on with you, our oppressors don't give a damn. They think we lying. We all we are criminals, you know what I'm saying, thugs, X, Y, and Z. They don't give a damn about the stuff that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are going through, man. Go ahead, brother.
It's like, if I may, an oppressor, he can mass murder somebody,
Right.
and they'll say he had a bad day and give him something to eat. So
That's
so
right.
lock you.
Damn right. Dylan Storm Roof.
Right.
Take him to McDonald's, man. He had a bad day, or he got depression. You know, what what the devil shot the school up for because somebody turned him down from a dance or something.
Right.
He shoot up the whole school. And every time something happened with these devils, that devil shot up that school, and the parents knew about it. They took all of them into custody alive, man. All of them went into custody alive. This brother had some high beams on and lost his life that night, man. He lost his life over some damn high beams after a 22-minute police pursuit, man. And these devils had a live PD camera crews to see to film it all. Go ahead.
Big Fish Entertainment, the production company behind the reality show, not only destroyed the footage
and they destroyed the footage, man. They recorded this 22-minute pursuit, and then they got rid of it because they knew that somebody should have paid for this, man. That's our oppressor, man. That's our oppressor. He hold himself not guilty, man. They had evidence of this and destroyed it, man. Which means they should be punished for that. Go ahead, brother.
Not only destroyed the footage from the chase, but canceled the A&E Live Cops on the Scene series.
Look at that. Like that Esau protects his own, man. Right. Esau protects his own. That's why the scripture tells blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the nation not desired, to come together, man. We have to come together. To battle something like this, we have to be together, man. We together, this would have never happened. You understand? If we came together under the I.S.U.P.K, this would never happen, man. Because this brother would have known who the devil was, man. This brother lost his life over some damn high beams, man. That's crazy. And then the camera crew destroys the footage. And not only that, but canceled the little live cop scene thing, man. That's all they did. Go ahead. In detail, the video showed the 400-pound man struggling to breathe, but describing his health challenges and insisting that he was not trying to resist arrest. This brother said this all on the video. This brother said he couldn't breathe. He said he had congestive heart failure. He said he wasn't resisting arrest. He was trying to get him his hands, but these bastards is tasing him, man. Right. They tasing him and telling him to stop resisting. He's saying, I'm not resisting, I can't breathe, while trying to get him his goddamn arm. And this devil told me something, I think I broke his finger. They tased that brother that fourth time, and that brother died on camera, man. On their body camera, that brother died. And we just now hearing about this story, man. That don't make no sense. Go ahead.
At the time of the filing, Javier Ambler Sr., his father, told reporters, he was my firstborn, you know. And I'm here to tell you, they took him away.
Right. They took this man away from his family, man. Read on.
They took him away way too early from me. He was supposed to bury me.
And that's something that's become a thing in Black and Hispanic households, man, where parents are burying their children, all because of some devil putting them to death, man. Way too soon. Like, this brother didn't even get to live out his life, man. They killed this brother, man. They tased this brother to death, man, while he was complying with police. That goes to show you when you Israel, man, you like even when you complying with your oppressor, your life is still at risk, man. You still in danger when you complying with your oppressor, man. This brother dad had to bury him, man. Go ahead.
This lawsuit is not going to bring my child back.
That's right. Esau try to pay you off with money, man. That's what we was just talking about. Like to them, money is everything. Money is everything to them. They think that the lives of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are just worth a couple of dollars, man. They don't give a damn. Every time they do something, they try to pay you off, thinking that that's gonna help you. Like what you supposed to do? Go buy another son?
Right.
You know, buy his life back. These bastards are evil, man. They are evil and wicked, man. Like I said, if that was an Edomite child that was put to death by a cop that was a brother, man, Esau would have went on a rampage throughout the United States for that child. Everybody would have died. But since it's one of us, they don't give a damn. We'll pay them $5 million and move on with it. Y'all can destroy the video footage because nobody needs to see it. The body cam is what got it. Go ahead.
But it's going to represent some kind of justice for my son.
Mm-hmm.
Maritza, Ambler's mom said, and that's all we're asking for.
They want justice, man. They don't want no damn money. They want justice. You act like that Esau act like that money with their face on it is just gonna do something. Right. You understand? And that's a goddamn lie.
So like if I may, you know, this also come from us not loving each other.
Right.
When you really break it down to, you know, we this is the truth about what it is we're learning, right? But it really boils down to us not loving each other. And what it shows is when you don't love it, when we don't act like we love each other, our lives are very meaningless. You understand? It can be easily given over for money or anything like that.
Right.
You understand? But when you love, when you really know what love is, like no amount of money can cover that. If we acted like we love each other, then they would stop giving us the money thinking it's okay.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? If we really love each other like thus says the Lord, according to the scriptures, then they would understand that their money is not enough.
Right.
But because we don't love each other, then it's always a trade-off, more or less. You understand? I'll kill you, but I'll give you some land, like, you know what I'm saying, for us, our native brothers and sisters. I'll give you some land because of what I'm doing to you. Then he talk about the things that we were doing to each other. You understand how we treat each other. So if I see you mistreating one another, of course I could, in my mind, I'm thinking I can just come in and just give you the money. It'll be okay. You can't do that everybody know that you can't do that to the devil. You know, if you do something to an oppressor, in your mind, we ain't got no money to give them in the first goddamn place. And if you do something to them, you're going to pay for it. So why can't we look at each other the same way? Why can't we say, you know what, I love you enough so that way we're not reading these stories. That's where all this come from. We're reading these stories because the other nations don't value us.
That's right.
And we don't value each other. And you know how we don't value each other? Because we're going to celebrate Christmas. We're going to celebrate Thanksgiving. We're going to read about this story. How long ago was this? 3 years ago? 3 years ago. See, we're going to read about these things because we don't value each other. It should have been a public outcry about what has happened to this brother.
That's right.
But because we don't love each other, we have to look at Atlanta Black Star 3 years later to find out that this brother lost his life behind some high beams.
That's right.
Oh, we can begin to love each other. You can act like you got some goddamn sense and begin to love each other. Right. Stop making up small, meaningless excuses as to why you won't love your brother or your sister. Or we can continue to read these stories and continue to have class about how people are losing their lives.
Right.
And then you can pretend like you care. because you really don't.
That's right.
All right, keep going, brother.
I'm right, man. Give him a hand, man. You know, like, and what you're saying is so heavy, man. What you're saying is so heavy because we don't love each other, man. We don't prefer each other, and that's what Christianity has done to us, man. As a nation, Christianity has showed us ways not to love each other, man. They have showed us how to be selfish, man. When we should be selfless as brothers and sisters to each other, man. We're supposed to give a damn about each other, man. We hearing this story three years later that shows you that they don't give a damn about us. They don't think that we care about each other, man. But the I.S.U.P.K, we care about every brother, man. We go out on the streets and risk our lives because we care about our brothers, man. We go out to find one brother, risk our lives every Saturday to find one brother. If we go out and find one brother, we saluting each other and happy as hell for one.
Right.
So how you think the I.S.U.P.K feel when we lose one, man? We lost a brother, man, for some damn high beams. And our oppressor don't give a damn about it. We sitting here talking about it because the I.S.U.P.K, we never forget, man. We remember each and every one of them brothers that lose their lives, man. Because we give a damn. We ain't following the dream that Martin Luther King pushed on the black community, man, which turned out to be a goddamn nightmare. This right here is blood on Martin Luther King's hands. Go ahead, brother.
Khan. A statement regarding the ruling was posted on social media from the Ambler family's legal team, Ben Crump, Antonio Romanucci, Jeff Edwards, and Bahavani Ravindran, or something.
Whatever his name is.
It read in part, while the Ambler family remains devastated by the loss of their son and loving father, they are proud that they fought for him and hope that this settlement and the changes that have occurred in Williamson County, Texas, as a result of this case, send a powerful message to law enforcement that ignoring a person's pleas that they cannot breathe will no longer be tolerated.
And see, that right there is the crazy part, man. This family is gonna be mourning this brother for the rest of their lives, man. They gonna miss this brother for the rest of their lives, right? This somebody's son and father, man. Them kids are gonna be raised without a father, right? They gonna miss this brother for the rest of their lives, man. You understand? And the crazy part is they talking about something. They hope that the settlement, changes, the settlement and the changes that have occurred, like in Texas, results in a powerful message, law ignoring people plead. Like we've been saying, hands up, don't shoot for how long?
Right.
Brothers been saying, I can't breathe for how long? You think this gonna change something? Go ahead.
Salakius, I was reading the article. I'm waiting for when they be like the two officers were arrested.
Right. That should have been the first thing. That was the whole article should have been about how they were arrested.
Were they even a case?
Right.
Wasn't even a case. Nobody talking about that.
I assume not.
Shit.
That's terrible, man. We've been saying hands up, don't shoot. I can't breathe. Marching, holding hand in hand with our oppressor, and we still getting killed over high beams. We still getting killed over Lucy cigarettes. We still getting killed with an Arizona and a goddamn bag of Skittles.
Right.
And they hope that this settlement is going to change something. No, they should be saying that we need to separate, man. They should be saying that the white man is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of, man.
Right.
That's what they should be saying. If you ask this brother, he know. If this brother could tell you who the devil was, he would tell you that the white man is the devil, man. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. They killed this brother in cold blood, man. Go ahead.
Khan. In 2020, the family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the county. They allege that the former sheriff, Robert Cody, permitted the reality show to capture footage of his members of the department while on duty because the show helps his department recruit officers and has made it an essential component of the Williamson County Sheriff's Department.
See that? It's like this is reality TV to them, man. Their job is just a reality TV show where you just follow around the police and just film them a day in the life of a police because it helps us get recruits. Go ahead.
Salagi, sir, if I may, there was still no lawsuit against the people that tampered against the what they call it, tampering evidence.
Yeah.
The TV show that destroyed the evidence.
Right. Yeah, I don't even think that it's gonna even mention them again. You know, like that's terrible.
That's what I'm saying though. It goes right back to what I was just saying. That's the lack of love. You understand? We won't get that compassion from no other nation. The scripture says it. They are confederate against thee. Who are they talking about? Us. So why are we looking for that? We're not going to see that. I have to look at you as being able to understand my pain. I have to be able to look at my brother and my sister as being able to understand what I'm going through. That's where my compassion is going to come from. The other nations are going to make fun of everything that you do. Look at the news. Look at all the comedic relief comedy shows and all, you know what I'm saying? Laugh at our pain. We get off on looking at TV and looking at the comedic release and being able to relate to that we see. But give me the horrific things like this right here that's never talked about by this brother. Give me all the allegations that were found. Daily there's news like sources that have come out saying brother been in prison for 42 years, wrongly convicted. It's all over the news. I mean, like, but you know, that's just sending a signal to each and every last one of us that are listening to this class right now as to why the Lord said what he said on how we should love each other. I'm telling you, we have to simplify it. It's not Chinese arithmetic. You understand? It's not that goddamn hard. Make it plain, make it simple, and then teach the babies.
That's right.
Teach them this. Have them read some of the books and the stories that we read. Bring them class. Go into the Maccabees. Look at it and see what the other nations have always done against us. Right. They perfected this. I was reading in Nehemiah this morning how all the other nations have always tried to destroy us. That's right. When we think it's ever going to change? It's never going to change. You know who can change? We can change, though. We have to take it upon ourselves as a personal mission to say, you know what? I'm going to love my brother. I'm going to love my sister. If you're not going to do that, then get the hell on.
Right.
Go out there and play in the streets in traffic. That would, as they would say. But when we see these stories, our heart has to be like, you know what? Something has to be done. How do I fix this? And Commander General YAHANNA is always thinking of ways of how to fix this, man. And guess what? We have that same spirit. So that's why it's being brought out in the class tonight. But once again, if you're not going to do that, then what the hell are you here for?
Right.
Go watch Cheers, if I may. Go ahead, I.S.U.P.K.
Absolutely correct, man. You got more on that? They say they did get indicted. We're going to get down there.
The lawsuit further suggests that the department, starting from the sheriff on down, had a history of using excessive violence and claimed that Cody encouraged his officers to engage in dangerous, high-risk police tactics because it made for more entertaining television and service to live PD.
See, like, this right here it's all fun and games to them, man. This is all fun and games. They say this guy had a history of telling them to do that stuff, man. This police department had a history of using excessive force, man. Because it looks better for TV. It looks better on TV when you roughing a Negro up. You slam his head against the pavement. You know, you bump his head, putting him in the car. Or in this case, you kill him. While he telling you he got congestive heart failure and he can't breathe. This is a game for them, man. And it's all recorded on TV. And they get rid of it because it don't matter. Nobody gonna miss it. Nobody gonna miss this Negro. Right. Go ahead.
Khan, the fallout from the show's involvement with Ambler's death has been massive. In addition to this historic settlement in September 2020, Cody and Williamson County General Counsel Jason Nasir were indicted by a grand jury on charges of tampering with physical evidence related to the incident. In 2021, a separate grand jury indicted Johnson and Camden on second-degree manslaughter charges.
Look at the time it took in between them. This happened in 2019. They went home to their families that night. They spent time with their kids. Two of them for a whole year, the other two for 2 years. They just got arrested this year. They went home and spent time with their families because nobody gave a damn about this brother. The family had to file a wrongful death lawsuit against them. These bastards check these police cams. They see this stuff. Somebody reviews these cameras, man. And they felt like it wasn't important enough for them to put this out. The family had to put it out. Go ahead.
All of the indicted men maintained their innocence.
They say they maintain their innocence, man. That's Esau. That's our oppressor, man. Like throughout this article, you don't see not one mug shot of them. Like you don't see them in handcuffs. You don't see them in a courtroom or nothing. They maintain their innocent face, man. They probably sit them in there for 2 years and then let them go, hire them right back on the police force, like nothing happened. Say they changed. I'm gonna dive into some of these scriptures. Let me get Zephaniah. 2 and 1. You know where I'm going. Also, Ratazar in the building. Design Christ.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Mm-hmm. Gather yourselves together. Mm-hmm. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right, notice this scripture said, O nation not desired, man. This scripture didn't mention everybody, man. This scripture said, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. This scripture telling us to separate from our oppressors, man. This is the reason. This article is one of the reasons why we should separate from our oppressor. Right. You understand? Because like this right here was a life that was taken that could have been prevented, man. This man was a father and a son, man. Somebody loved this man, man. And now somebody got to go all their days thinking about how this man died in such a senseless way by some people that's supposed to protect him. People that's supposed to make sure he can make it home safely at night. Killed him. We're supposed to gather ourselves together, man, because we're not desired in this place. These police officers showed us that we aren't desired in this place, man. And everybody know it, but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We're the only ones that don't know that our oppressor is not with us. Drop that, brother. You can go ahead to the next one if you want. Next article. Let me know where you're at.
Modern day slavery ring discovered in Georgia. Last month, 24 people were indicted in Georgia on charges of smuggling Mexican and Central American immigrants to the United States and forcing them to live in camps and work on farms.
Like this right here is another one of them terrible, disgusting stories, man. Like they smuggling these people into the United States and forcing them to live on camps and work on farms, man. They kidnapping these people, man. This is what Esau gets away with. Like it's 24 people were indicted. Like imagine the money they made off of this, man. Right. I guarantee you they made bank off of this, stealing these people, making them work on these farms, and they calling it modern day slavery, man. Like as the slavery had already ended, you know, like We still enslaved in this place, man. And this is in Georgia, the good old South, huh? Go ahead, brother.
Authorities comparing the illegal operation to modern day slavery. Operation Blooming Onion, a multi-agency investigation led by Homeland Security named Operation Blooming Onion, spanned over at least 3 years, revealed at least 100 victims of modern-day slavery were exploited into the U.S. and imprisoned under inhumane conditions as contract agricultural laborers.
Like, this is what they think about us, man. This is what they think about us. Like, they'll put us in inhumane conditions, man. Like them kids that's in them cages on the border at Mexico, man. That's an inhumane condition. Like, and the ghettos all across America that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians live in, those conditions are inhumane, man. They put us in places where, in conditions where we can't, like, they want us to not succeed. Like, this right here is another terrible story. It took them 3 years to investigate this, man. 3 years. And I can only think about how much hell these people went through them 3 years that these bastards watching them do this, calling themselves so-called building a case. Like, that don't even make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. It take you 3 years to build a case. Like, you see what's going on, and like, you can't tell me that it took 3 years for you to build this case. Like, I done seen Esau come up because he's so goddamn nosy trying to figure out what you got going on in 2 minutes. It took you 3 years. These brothers, like, never mind, go ahead. I'm gonna let you continue.
In November 2018, several agencies began to investigate the Patrico transnational criminal organization for allegedly engaged in human trafficking, visa fraud, forced labor, mail fraud, money laundering, and other crimes.
Like, it's nothing that they didn't do. They was doing everything, man. Right. Mail fraud, money laundering, forced labor, like human trafficking. It's nothing that they didn't do. You understand? And this, like, man, this is something that we blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have to learn. We have to learn to start profiling them, man. Right. Start looking at them and just assuming that they up to no good, man. Assume that they got something going on. We have to start doing that, because these devils are kidnapping these people, making them do forced labor, man. Human trafficking them. Go ahead, brother.
The newly unsealed 54-count indictment in USA versus Patrico also alleges that before 2015, the suspects and their associates would fraudulently use the H2 Alpha work visa program to smuggle foreign nationals from Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras into the U.S. under the pretext of serving as agricultural workers.
So, like, you bringing them over here to force them to work, but then you gonna go and vote talking about they taking up all the jobs, right. Killing them talking about they taking up all the jobs, telling them to go back to their own country. But you bringing them over here, so it's okay as long as you getting something out of it. That's America. As long as America is benefiting from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, it's all right. But as soon as they done with us, they want us to die and not say a word. They brought these people over here and forced them to work, right? Using a H2A work visa program, which is the H2A program allows U.S. Employers or U.S. agents to meet specific regulatory requirements to bring foreign nationals to the United States to fill temporary agricultural jobs. Like, they was forcing these people to come over here, man. Talking about they using an H2A, but I'm quite sure in the beginning of this article, it said they was smuggling them over here. Go ahead, brother.
The American dream is a powerful attraction for destitute and desperate people across the globe.
The American dream, man. The American dream for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is a goddamn nightmare. It ain't nothing about it. Like it's a horror film for us, man. Waking up in this hellhole is a horror film for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. They talking about American dream. Like you're supposed to be able to pursue any and everything in America. You're supposed to be able to get have all the riches, you know what I'm saying? Have the freedom and everything, all the opportunity in the world. But that only counts if you're not black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. You understand? Go ahead.
And Salakia, and where there is need, there is greed from those who will attempt to exploit these willing workers for their own obscene profits, said David H. Estes, acting U.S. attorney.
That sounds like that's America in a T, man.
It's like for me. Let me pull up scripture, Bible Kushar.
Come, you got
Let me get the book Psalm 55 and 21 out. Book of Psalms, but I say 55, 21, right?
Okay.
When we hear these stories, you know what I'm saying? Once you've been in class in UPK, you're not surprised.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's another day at the office and finding these stories that they try to hide. Read that for me, Bible Kushar.
Khan, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21.
Go ahead.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
The words of whose mouth? The words of this place that we call America, man. You say, we come in, we're going to help you get these visas to get here. And we put you into these work programs. Let me see if you can go into agriculture and so you can build to be able to feed your family. These are the lies that they tell us. Give us your sick, your laden. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say? Dream earlier, right?
That's right.
The American dream, right? These are the smooth words that this empire says to the Lord's chosen people. You understand? Right. Read on.
But war was in his heart.
But what?
But war was in his heart.
As soon as you get here, whether you're down in Texas up under a bridge, as our brothers were, you understand? Right. Or you're Issachar, as soon as you come across that border, you realize, like, guess what? This is a war. Mm-hmm. What you call it? PSYOPs. You know what I'm saying? America runs PSYOPs on us, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the PSYOPs is on your oppression. The PSYOPs is on your struggle. Like you don't see it. That's why it's so important that our priests and prophets are being able to reach our people, right? Right. But you listen to Creflo Dollars and all these other ministers, Peter Popoff, and whoever you sending your ties to is not the I.S.U.P.K. You're listening to them and you're falling for the propaganda as well. You understand? Right. You're falling for the smooth words. You're falling for all the smooth words. And these stories out here exist because of that. Right. You don't understand that this is a war that's going on. Life is war. And we out here playing pity pat. You know what I'm saying? They got full grenades and they launching them, y'all. You understand? They not playing with us. That's right. They not playing, you know, and to make it so sick. Like, you know, you take these brothers, Issachar, right? That is known for providing and taking care and just being a mule, if I may. That's right. You understand? If you go into the scripture, it gives their characteristics and how they work. So the oppressor knows that. So they invite them, come on in, we got you. And then what happens? Then they have to deal with that anguish, man. Right. And once again, we're going right back to what I said earlier. It's the lack of love. You understand? Right. It's the lack of compassion and character that we show. You mean to tell me how many cars you think have driven by this place where they're doing this labor at? You understand? How many people in that neighborhood or in that city or in that small town that are actually paying attention? Like, damn, right? Where these guys working at? Right. What are they doing? It's that thing. But if it was a gang shooting, guess what? We'll know about it. That's right. You understand? If it was somebody, we know all about Nicky Barnes and goddamn Blue Magic and yeah, you know who that? Young Dolph. We know all about it. Shit, Salakia, what's his name? He went viral because he had Young Dolph's name in the background of the video. Black youngster. Yeah. He plastered every goddamn way. This is what we should be plastering.
That's right.
This should be in the utmost in our mind, and when we talk about the truth. And guess what? We look at our numbers because we're breaking up the truth, and we see viewership of 51 views, 200 views, 300 views. Let me put you a picture of Megan Thee Stallion over here drop locking and popping it, and I guarantee these views go up, man.
Million.
I guarantee they go up. Let the Israelite school say, oh, we got some whores that they're gonna be selling their ass at Passover. Guess what? The viewership gonna go up. The membership gonna go up too. Watch this. Everybody be trying to join, right? But you tell them about something that's righteous and you trying to change your life. Oh, let's keep that on the hush.
That's right.
Keep bringing it out, Salakia.
You understand? Yeah, man. And they talking about like American dream, powerful attraction. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead.
I just wanted to say that it was like terrible because they lied to them, and like they probably thought that they were gonna be better. They wouldn't have to struggle to even try to come over here illegally, and then their fate was like even worse than if they had. So.
Beside Christ, man.
Hey, Salakia, read that scripture again, Bible quiz, y'all.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
You know what that word is? Come on, we got you. What you need, whatever you need, you can get it here in America. You can build a perfect family. You don't have to worry in it. You know what I'm saying? Those are the lies that and you know what it is, and it's hurt and pain that you're really trying to escape. So that's something you want to sink your teeth into. You understand? It's like fishing, if I may. How do you catch a fish? You make sure a worm is on the hook.
That's right.
And America has all type of worms that they put on the hook, man. Read on Athanya.
But war was in his heart.
Go ahead.
His words were softer than oil.
His words are softer than oil. Why does it say his words are softer than oil? Come on.
They like friendly words. They're not aggressive. It's like a tone, a welcoming tone, or something like that.
You put on lotion? Salaki, if I may. The Bible could show you Paul. You put on lotion, right? What did lotion do to your skin? Like what did it do?
It softens up the skin.
Now what is the base of lotion?
Oil.
Right. So that oil goes into you, it penetrates, right? And it makes whatever that's supposed to be. What does lotion do to the dry, ashy skin? Yeah. You ever been ashy before, right? So when you put on lotion, what does lotion do to your skin? They tell you it has a what? A healing agent in it, correct? That's what they tell us all the time, right? They tell us that America has what? A healing agent in it. Right? Read on.
Yet were they drawn swords.
They drawn what?
Swords.
They drawn what?
Swords.
That's America, man.
That's right.
Whether the sword be with the pistol, with the brother like that Beretta, that non-Beretta, that cop issue Beretta, or the 45 that they have now. They went up to the 45 because they said the 9 wasn't killing them. Huh? Or is it the cage? Or is it a field? Or is it the American flag? Or is it the American school system? What is it? Politics. All these ideas of war, man. These are the swords that are constantly that we're being poked with every single goddamn day, man. And they're going into us like what? Like oil, man. We're buying and we thinking we're clearing up the ash, but we're losing limbs in the process. Go ahead, Salaki. Water, sis.
Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what you're saying is so heavy, you know, like they bring these people over here, man, promising all this and that, you know, and then when they get over here, they putting them in cages and stuff, man. Forcing them to work long hours. If I'm not mistaken, we brought out a story a few months ago how people was dying. Hispanic brothers and sisters was dying in them fields, working them long hours, getting like 5-10 minute breaks, and unbearable conditions because it was so hot. They was dying left and right, man. And then a story like this comes up. They should go on all them forums across America and check on these brothers and sisters, man. They should go all over America and check on them, man. You understand? Because Esau knows how Esau is, man. They know that they the devil that the Bible speaks of, man, and that they laborers are not being taken care of. They know that, man. You understand? America has done so much damage all across the world, man, that these people are looking for a way out, like all the one just said, man. They looking for a way out, man. $1 is $20 in Mexico, man. They have ran down the environment, man. Like that don't even make sense. Their currency is so devalued, man. $1 is $20. You understand? In Honduras, a US dollar in Honduras is $24, man. Of course, they coming over here trying to find something to do, and they trust in this devil, man, whose words are smoother than butter, thinking that he got their best interest at heart. Right. They thinking they can come over here, do a little work, send some money back to their family, and get their kids a better future. Whole time, this devil lying to them. Get them over here, and next thing you know, they end up in some sex trafficking ring. They end up on some goddamn farm with shackles on their goddamn legs, treated like slaves. Go ahead, Shamyar. Sign Christ. Go ahead, brother. You left off it. Thanks to outstanding work.
Thanks to outstanding work from our law enforcement partners, Operation Blooming Onion frees more than 100 individuals from the shackles of modern day slavery and will hold accountable those who put them in chains.
Like, it's talking about it freed over 100 individuals from shackles of modern day slavery, man. That's what they saying, but that's a goddamn lie, man. That's a goddamn lie. You just took them off of that plantation, you understand, because the government probably couldn't make money from it. That's the only reason they probably did it. For one, go ahead, brother.
And Salaki, that sounds real familiar. So
right.
if you a brother, a so-called black man, or a Negro, that's what they said about Lincoln, right?
That's right.
Most High Christ.
That's right. Didn't free no slaves, man. You understand? Yeah, like, and we still enslaved to this day. Like, they just took them off of that farm to probably send them somewhere else where they still gonna be enslaved. Right. Give them a sense of freedom. You understand? They rush in there. All they see is these white faces bringing them from this hell, sending them back to another hell. That's the lives of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. America makes it seem like we get a piece of the pie when we go through hell to get the piece of the pie. Once you had a piece of the pie, you still going through hell. You don't think LeBron James go through hell? Right. He's been told to shut up and dribble. He's had nigger painted on the side of his gate at his home. He's still going through hell. And that just shows you, no matter where you may classify yourself at in America, if you black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man, you still got these modern day shackles of slavery, man.
It's so lucky for me. They had a movie about it, right? Janelle Monáe, that's her name. Antebellum, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, you ever seen that joint? You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be a civil war like movie type joint. Then she realized, like, wait a minute, all of a sudden out of nowhere a cell phone ring. And he realized, like, wait a minute, whose cell phone ringing? You know what I'm saying? The way the movie, you know what I'm saying? Go look at the movie, it's staged like an old slave. You think, okay, this is 12 Years a Slave, part 2, right? Right. Then all of a sudden, a goddamn cell phone ring out of nowhere. You're like, wait a minute, what's going on? Then you realize it was how they reenacted slavery, and they made it into a movie. So if the oppressor came up with an idea like this, it was real somewhere. That's right. I guarantee it's been real somewhere. Keep going.
Right. That's Christ, man. Antebellum. Y'all better check that out, man. Like, we go through hell in America, man. We go through hell and nobody cares. Nobody cares, man. these brothers and sisters was just trying to make a better life for themselves, man. And this hellhole that our oppressor has put us in, man. They just trying to find something better. You understand? They come over here running from the things Esau done over there.
Right.
And you promise them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and you in America, you're not promised life. You're not promised liberty. You don't have a pursuit of happiness, man. That's the things that we go through day in and day out, man. Day in and day out throughout America, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we go through the same thing, man. So it's no reason that we shouldn't prefer each other. There's no reason that we shouldn't love each other, man. Candace Owen, that filthy, God knows what, I can't say what I want to say. She is a disgusting excuse of a woman, especially a Black woman. A disgusting excuse, man. Like, I'm not even gonna get started on her because good night. Bunky Al shaking his head. Yeah, he want me to call her something. I ain't gonna do it. Oh man. But like this is what we going through, man. And it took them 3 years to investigate this. It took them 3 years to free these brothers and sisters, man. Like, imagine them going through the rest of their life traumatized from this, man. And this happened in the best country under the sun. They're gonna have these stories of how they came to America and went through straight hell because they didn't know that the oppressor was the devil that the Bible speaks of and that they should separate themselves. They didn't know that he speaks smooth words, but he has war in his heart for God's chosen people, man. Go ahead, Athanya.
Oh, Salaki, sir. I was just gonna say, you see how they talk thanks to the outstanding work from our law enforcement. He tried to,
of course.
Took you 3 years.
They have to shine the light on Esau, man. Esau has to have the light shined on him. He did an outstanding job. They did outstanding work, right? When it was Esau that brought him over here in the first place. We should start looking at them like they all the same, man. The law enforcement that so-called freed them is the same as the people that brought them over here. Look at them all the same, man. Don't try to decipher between who's good and who's bad. Just look at them all as bad, man. Save yourself the drama. Go ahead, brother.
U.S. has an obligation to help solve root causes of unauthorized migration, border activists say. Inhumane working conditions. Authorities say the illegal operations took place within the southern, middle, and northern districts of Georgia, the middle district of Florida, the southern district of Texas and Mexico, and Guatemala, Honduras, and elsewhere.
Like, you see that? That's crazy, ain't it, Shamyar? That don't make sense, man. These illegal operations took place all across the South, man. And here go Texas again. I don't see why if you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you want to stay in Texas, man. Texas come up in too much stuff for me. You understand? It's always something going on in Texas, man. Like, it just don't make no sense. This all across the South, man. All across the South. Florida just passed its what's the thing called? Good night. The oh man, what is it? Woke Act. Like you can't even call the devil the devil. You understand? You can't call a group of people the oppressor. That shows you they know who God's chosen people are, and they know that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are waking up to see who they are, and they trying to change the narrative. They trying to rewrite the story before our very eyes. And we got these ignorant leaders that tell us that we just have to love them harder, man. We have to love them more. Give them some time. Go ahead.
I got an article on that, brother, about the Woke Act. And this is according to FloridaGov.com. And it says, today, Governor Ron DeSantis announced the Stop the Wrongs to Our Kids and Employees Woke Act a legislative proposal that will give businesses, employees, children, and families tools to fight back against woke indoctrination. The Stop the Woke Act will be the strongest legislation of its kind in the nation and will take on both corporate wokeness and critical race theory. Salakia, that was it.
Like, imagine, like, Esau, like, goodness gracious. Imagine your history, man. Your history, like, that's so bad, right? That you have to take it out of schools. You understand? You have to try to tell blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that it was a transatlantic migration. You understand? You have to go and tell people that you can't call them the oppressors. So you come up with this anti-woke act. You understand? Like, this is just showing who the devil really is, man. He making laws against things that benefit or that show. He making laws against you calling him who he really is. He is making laws to cover up who he really is, man. But the earth ain't giving it to the hands of the wicked. They not the wicked on the face of the earth. You understand? Let me get oh, go ahead, brother. Salakia.
Know that they fourth parents was slaves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We can't change that fact though.
Right. You understand? But once we get on the street corners talking about black and brown problems, we have oppressors coming up talking about, get over it. You understand? It was so long ago. I didn't do it. And that really pisses me off, man. It really pisses me off that they try to disassociate themselves from the things that they benefit from. They benefit from their forefathers having us in slavery. They benefit from us still being enslaved, us breaking our backs, us building this country, right? They benefit from all of it. But once it comes down to us calling them the devil that the Bible speaks of, us telling them that they the oppressor, you understand, they want to disassociate. They didn't have nothing to do with that. You want everything, you want everything to do with the benefits that came with your forefathers oppressing our people. But when it comes to us saying that you the devil, or us saying that goodness gracious. So like, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, you got it.
Nah, Salakia, I got a precept for what you're talking about. Zechariah 11, chapter 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
That's right.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. So this speaks volumes about what you're bringing out right now.
Right.
They hold themselves guiltless. They don't give a damn about what happens to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right. They oppress us at every facet, man. And they don't even consider us human. That's why they have the 3/5 clause on the books. You know what I mean? So nothing has changed with regard to their perspective or the way that they view blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay. And we don't have any shepherds that give a damn about our conditions.
That's right.
Al Sharpton don't care. Jesse Jackson don't care. All they do is they want to teach you a song and a dance, and they're going to continue to capitalize off of our oppression. What's the brother name? Benjamin Crump, the attorney that's always, at the scene whenever our people get oppressed with the George Floyd and anything that happens to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, well, blacks specifically.
Right.
They try to capitalize off of it. It's almost like it's parasitic, man. It's absolutely parasitic what happens to us, man. And it's a shame. Salakia.
No, because you right on the money, man. With Ben Crump. Ben Crump don't give a damn, man. He was just in that last story about that brother being killed by the police. He was one of the attorneys in that last story. Go ahead, bro. Oh, Salakia. Let me get 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, man. You understand? We have to realize that Al Sharpton, TD Jakes, and all them, they don't have our best interests at heart, man. You understand? They not here to lead black people, man. They not strong enough to lead black people. If you have to sell out on your nation, man, it's no way you should lead your nation, man. No way at all. Because you will teach your nation that they don't matter. You'll teach your nation to sell out, man. I couldn't even. I started that Think Like a Man movie last night. I ain't seen it. I tried to watch it, man. As soon as I seen Steve Harvey talking about, I was like, Steve Harvey is the father to one of the biggest whores in Israel. How the hell could you write a book about telling somebody how to find, you know what I'm saying? Like, how? Who the hell gonna take advice from Steve Harvey? You couldn't even raise your daughter to keep her legs closed. Why would I take advice from Steve Harvey? Right. Steve Harvey is the same man that sat on stage and said if they paid him $1 million to act like a monkey, he'll be the you know what I'm saying? Right, right. And went as far as making the sounds of a monkey. He is a complete sellout, man. T.D. Jakes is a complete sellout. They don't give a damn about the well-being of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Right. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
See, these brothers should have known not to let these men deceive them, man. They should have known that when your oppressor speaks, he is trying to deceive you, man. If you didn't know, you should just assume anything that he say is some type of agenda for him. Ulterior motive, man. Right. He's trying to deceive you, man. Go ahead.
For that day, Salakia, for that day shall not come.
Yo, T.D. Jakes and them, they trying to deceive you, man. They trying to deceive you. They telling you like, everybody gonna be saved, or it ain't that time yet. You under grace, brother. They just prolong it, making it seem like we ain't getting closer and closer to this time, man. Go ahead.
Except there come a falling away.
The Bible says it has to be a falling away first, man. We have to separate ourselves from the people that's oppressing us, man. The people that's putting these brothers on these farms. You understand? The people that's tasing this brother 4 times, even though he told him he have congestive heart failure, even though he told him he's not resistant, even though he told him he can't breathe. We have to separate ourselves from them first, man. We have to fall away from them, man. You understand? Go ahead.
And that man of sin be revealed.
And that man of sin, go ahead.
The son of perdition.
That man of sin and the son of perdition be revealed, man. That's Esau, man. That's Esau, man. He has to be revealed. He's making all these laws to try and cover himself from what he really is, man. But the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA, we know that Esau, the white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And we will remember it. We teach our children that, man. We go out on the street corners and teach our brothers and sisters that, man. We tell our people to separate from them because unlike T.D. Jakes, we give a damn about the lives of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man.
That's right.
You understand? Hit that article again, brother. You got something? Go ahead.
Did you get it? Oh, I got it.
Go ahead. You got it.
Oh, you got prediction?
Salakia, just for clarity for brothers and sisters that might be listening, the definition of perdition, according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, eternal damnation, utter destruction.
Right. Go ahead, man. You understand? Like in this hellhole, it's just like the hell never ends, man. In America, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the hell never ends for us, man. Under these bastards, man. He like eternal damnation. Ain't that what it said? The son of eternal damnation, man. Good night. He can't get right. Go ahead, brother.
According to the indictment, the suspects required the workers to pay unlawful fees for transportations, food, and housing, while illegally withholding their travel and identification documents, and subjected the workers to perform physically demanding work for little or no pay.
That sounds just like that article we brought out a couple of months ago, man. Little or no pay, man. You forcing them to pay for transportation, pay for their own food, pay for housing. Why the hell you brought them over here? They came over here to try and better their lives, and they got over here and it just got worse. Eternal damnation? Good night. The son of eternal damnation, man. He don't give a damn about nothing. Everywhere he goes, he makes it hard on everybody. Go ahead, brother.
Housing them in crowded, unsanitary, and degrading living conditions, and by threatening them with deportation and violence.
You threaten them with deportation and violence, man. You know they trying. You know what they trying to do. You know they trying to better themselves, and you threaten them with deportation, man.
Salak, if I may. You got Trooper Quadar. He said, didn't the Bible say he is a fugitive? Esau will always run from his crimes.
Right. That's right. Like Esau always runs, man. No matter what it is, he always run. That's why the Bible say he holds himself not guilty, man.
That's right.
He can't face the music. He can't deal with the reality of the things that he done. You understand? He pushed all these drugs into the black community, and then as soon as his people get on him, he one of those throw the stone and hide your hand. That's right. Push all the drugs in the black community, and then you sit here and act like, oh, why they so messed up? I don't understand why they on drugs. Why y'all such drug addicts? We didn't make you do the drugs. You didn't give us no jobs. You understand? If we did get jobs, we ride through rich cities. Like, I can only imagine what the people that live in Charlotte and Raleigh have to go through. The poor brothers and sisters living in them cities, man. Like, you see these big behind sky rises, and you passing through going to a McDonald's, going through to sweep a Subway for pocket change. Right. And you passing through these big cities, seeing how rich and wealthy they are. You see it on TV, them just traveling all over the world, doing any and everything, eating all manner of disgusting food. You understand? Living freely in America, man. And you just look at your life, and we are like the Jeremiah Hyman said correctly, the suicide rate about to go up, man. It's about to go up because they shut America down. The Lord shut America down for a whole goddamn year. You understand? COVID still kicking America's behind, and they trying to celebrate Christmas. You understand?
It's a lot. Yeah, how about you, Mr. Thumb, sir? It's a lot. You said, if I may, it is so heavy what you bringing out, and so true. And it's like our people. We don't want to believe that we still living in hell or still in slavery. When this is, simple proof right here that we are still living in slavery, man. Because you look at how these devils treat us, man. Like you said, they working for them for little to no pay, and they got to pay for everything, when it comes to them. But they slaving, and they working off the sweat and blood and tears off their back, man. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I.S.U.P.K calls the devil. These oppressors, the devil the Bible speaks of, man. So like.
All year long. You throw Christmas at us and you push it in the face of our children, whether we want them to learn it or not. You push it in their face, making them think that it's something that should be celebrated, man. You understand? And now you got black parents who already live in poverty trying to live up to the standard of Esau to celebrate Christmas, man. This place is terrible on blacks and Hispanics, man. Go ahead, brother.
At least 2 workers died under the working conditions. Another was repeatedly raped.
Look at that, man. Go ahead, brother.
While others were kidnapped and threatened with death.
Exactly. They kidnapped these people, man. They kidnapped that sound the same exact way that they did the so-called Negro, man. Judah, man. That sound the exact same. You understand? So there's no way that we can't say that I.S.U.P.K, the so-called Mexicans, aren't our brothers and sisters, man. This right here is living proof. They dealing with these same goddamn curses that you dealing with, black man. Dealing with the same curses. They were stolen from their land, man. They was raped. You understand? Paid little to no pay. Dealt with violence, man. Threatened with death. 2 of them died in horrible working conditions, man. How the hell ain't they God's chosen people? Right. Go ahead, brother.
Workers were also forced to work at gunpoint, dig onions with their bare hands, paid 20 cents for each bucket harvested, and many were sold or traded to other conspirators.
You understand? That right there is modern day slavery, man. You understand? That's the same thing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I mean, the same thing that the so-called Negro went through on them plantations, man. Working at gunpoint. You understand? But you're supposed to be free in America, right? Right. You're supposed to be able to live out all your dreams, live out all your days. The promised land is a hell for God's chosen people, man. That's right. And this story should be all over the news, man. But it takes the I.S.U.P.K to shine light on something like this, man, because our oppressor's not gonna put it in the news because he's too busy trying to keep his image. Drop that one. Let's go. Let's hit this last story real quick, man. That private school one. This one right here is crazy. Go ahead when you get it.
Students are proud to be racists. 16-year-old experiences racism at Indiana high school. Mom pulls her out despite white students being suspended.
It's that like this story right here is just another one of them disgusting stories, man. I don't see how we continue to try to join ourselves with our oppressor, man. When stories like this are released every day, all day, day in and day out, man. Tomorrow is gonna be another story. You understand? Tomorrow is gonna be another school shooting. Tomorrow is gonna be another black man was killed by police. You understand? And the story ain't gonna get released till 3 years later. This right here is what we go through on a daily, man. And we still don't decide to come together as a nation. We still don't decide to love each other and take our love away from the oppressor, man. You understand? This is a 16-year-old, and she's saying students are proud to be racist. A 16-year-old saying this, man. Go ahead, man.
An Indiana mom says she has pulled her black daughter out of a private school in Indianapolis after she alleged that students are bullying the teenager because of her race.
This is a private school, man. You send your child to a private school because you think that they have better opportunity. You know, it's a better learning environment. The classroom's not as packed. You coming out of your pocket paying for this school. You understand? You sending your child to this private school with hopes that, you know, they can better themselves later in their life, man. Trying to provide them a better opportunity. Go ahead.
They claim one of the acts of bigotry was daughter being sent a meme of a hand holding a stem of cotton balls with a caption that read, "When you ask a black girl to prom."
So I guess the cotton ball is supposed to be the goddamn flowers, man. You understand? Like, and this ain't something that these students just coming up with, man. You understand? This is something that's been taught to them, man. This is something that's been passed down from generation to generation, man. You understand? And this is how crooked Esau is, man. They make a mockery of our shortcomings, man. They are making a mockery of slavery right here. Right. They are making a mockery of her, man. You understand? Which shows you they don't give a damn about slavery, man. Go ahead, brother.
That just goes to show from the previous, they want to exclude them learning about their part of slavery, but it's
right.
Okay for you to give a damn cotton ball to a sister.
That's right. Talking about ask her to prom, man. You understand? Like, this is what they really think about us, man. But like I was just saying earlier, you know, so they try to disassociate themselves from it. They try to say get over slavery, you know, or I ain't had nothing to do with that. But then they kids do stuff like this.
It's like for me. And the other part about it, hell, she better say yes. Right. A little Timothy McVeigh is gonna shoot the whole goddamn school up.
That's right.
You understand? He gonna get mad. He gonna go crazy in there. So not only is she gonna get disrespected, now you got to say yes in the sight of. It's almost like they taught us in slavery, you know, during that time, the sit-ins and things that they did, you know, that they did. oh, you can sit down here. Sit down here while you get spit on and not get served your food. It's just one day you'll be able to, say it's okay.
Right.
Come on, man. Why you subject yourself to that? Why would we do it? Go ahead.
Like this is what we going through, man. This child supposed to be a school supposed to be a safe haven, man. You understand? She's supposed to be able to go there, learn about whatever the hell curriculums, and be safe. She shouldn't have to deal with that. But our oppressor once again finds a way to make us feel bad about the things that we've been through as a nation of people, man. They make fun, like they shed light and have fun and laugh about God's chosen people shortcomings, man. Go ahead, brother.
So I guess I was just gonna say this is Martin Luther King dream, ain't it?
That's right. This is Martin Luther King's dream, man. You understand? This is what listening to TD Jakes, man, will make happen. You understand? I don't see TD Jakes ain't talking about this, man. TD Jakes ain't talking about this. Al Sharpton not talking about this. They're not doing nothing about it. I guarantee you, not one of them went to the school. Not one of them called the school. Not one of them wrote a goddamn letter to the school. Right. Nobody addressed this, man. But Commander YAHANNA of the I.S.U.P.K, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, tells his soldiers to talk about this, man. Because these are the things that, sadly, blacks and Hispanics have to hear in order for us to know that we need to separate. We have to go through things like this for us to see that our oppressor is the devil, man. That's right. Our children have to go through things like this because our leaders have failed us and didn't prepare us to deal with this, didn't tell us who we was facing, man. They didn't tell us what we was going through. I was trying to figure out why the hell she was in a private school. You hate blacks and Hispanics that much that you got to pay to send your child to a private school instead of just sending them to a public school. Our oppressors send their kids to private schools because they hate the Negroes in public schools. Right. They trying to separate us, their kids, from us. Right. That's why they send them to private schools. You're going to send your child to a private school where you know damn well she ain't got none of her people around her? So what you want her to do? Act like them? You want her to dress like them? Go ahead, brother.
Got one car. Local station Wish TV interviewed the pair about their harassment claims and their decision to transfer Gabby Portis, a 15-year-old from the International School of Indiana, a $22,000 per year language school.
You paying $22,000 per year for your daughter to be handed goddamn cotton balls and asked to prom. For your daughter to be treated like sugar honey iced tea. I ain't gonna say the word. You understand? You paying all this money for your child to go around these oppressors and feel like less than them, man. Go ahead, brother.
Portis told the station that she's heard the N-word used at the school and the racism she was experiencing made her look at herself saying, I just look in the mirror and be like, I don't see anything wrong with me.
Like this child looking in the mirror, man, saying ain't nothing wrong with me. You understand? She is trying to convince herself that she's beautiful just the way she is. You understand? That there's nothing wrong with her, man. Because these devils in this damn school that you paying $22,000 a year for treat her like she ain't nothing, man. Like, just imagine the psychological damage this does to this child, man. This will forever be in her mind, man. On her mind, man. She'll always walk into a room with them looking at her, feeling like she's less than them, feeling like the only thing that she has, the only thing that she has in her history is slavery. It's cotton. Go ahead, brother.
Her mother, Brittany Graves, said that as soon as she was made aware of the incidents, she immediately went to the school's administration. Mm-hmm. She says that the school offered her daughter counseling and she declined, saying, "My daughter doesn't need counseling."
Why the hell she need counseling? She don't need counseling, man. Like the action that should have been taken, instead of suspending them students, they should have kicked their asses out of school. Salakia. They should have removed them from school. If they had a zero tolerance on this, why you gonna get her counsel? As if she the one that's out of order. This is what we have to deal with our oppressors, man. Like, this is the hell that we go through, man. And then they look at our children like our children are the problems. She don't need counseling. Them other students need counseling. Right. Because obviously they got a problem, man. And it ain't nothing new to the I.S.U.P.K. We know. You understand? Because I guarantee you, if you go to each and every one of these students' household that has something to do with this, they got racist parents. They probably got racist parents, man. And that's where they learned it from. Because to them, it's fun. Go ahead, brother.
She also claims the school suspended the offending students, but when the suspensions ended, the bullying intensified.
You see what I'm saying? They know ain't nothing gonna happen to them, man. A little suspension, that's a slap on the wrist, man. They know ain't nothing gonna happen to them. They just gonna come back and be even worse. Because they don't care. Esau don't fear the consequences of the things that they do. They don't fear the outcome. Like blacks and Hispanics. If I would have been a part of something like this, man, my mom probably would have. Good night. I wouldn't have been able to sit on what the Lord gave me. That's what she would have said. She would have wore me out, man. For the comments, and not only that, the suspension. She probably would have beat my behind for the suspension more than anything. Go ahead, brother.
Gabby claimed she started to receive text messages that made her concerned for her life.
They threatening this sister life, man. They get suspended. They come back even worse, threatening to lie for this sister, man.
So, like, if I may, how did they get her phone number? You see that in there? You don't see that in there. Why you think they got her phone number?
Mm-hmm.
How you think? How you think? You gotta raise your hand, Bob. Go ahead. As what? Yeah, smooth words.
That's right.
Yeah, they were friends. Now you get people numbers, right? So these are her friends. What? I wait to see if the father gonna be in there somewhere. Because if I know she had a father like Bun Kayal, Arataza, Shum Yaw, she'd be at that public school eating them steak biscuits in the morning. You understand?
Yeah, right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, right, man. Go ahead, brother.
When asked if she thinks that her peers would consider themselves racist, Porter said that they would.
They what?
They would.
They know they racist, man. They know they racist. And she and like the sister said, she thought these were her friends. Imagine if she would have went out with these people, man. Imagine if they didn't express their racism openly to her that soon and invited her out to a night in the town. She probably would have been hanging from a goddamn tree. Right. Go ahead, brother.
She claimed an example of how casual the racism was between students emerged after one student asked Portis for money. A different student replied, "Why would you ask her for some money? She's black. Black people don't have any money."
See, that's what they think about us, man. She paying for her mom paying for the goddamn private school, $22,000 a year, and they saying, "Oh, you ain't got no money. You black. Black people don't have money." You see the stereotype? Like, this is America for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Go ahead, brother. Nah, you gotta let it out. You gotta go ahead and say it. You good? You throw out? What's that? You understand? Like like she is a mockery in this place, man. Like they are mocking this sister in this school, man. Go ahead, brother.
Now, mom.
Salaki. But the fact is, in our mind, we think we have money.
Right.
So we sending them to the school with the fact that I have money, so I'm sending you. So what they're essentially saying is we don't give a damn about your money.
That's right.
Your money is not enough.
That's right.
You understand? Because it costs $22,000 to go there, right? So somebody got some money somewhere. Then they give out vouchers. I forgot. That's what they do. And the little kids, how did your parents? Oh, we have vouchers. Oh, okay. Yeah, you see that? It's never going to be enough. They'll forever move the goalpost. First it was get an education. Now you see the atrocities that we've always faced when we try to join with them. And then what they always we want. That's what segregation. You know what I'm saying? Was supposed to was fix all that. Y'all. Integration was supposed to fix all of that. The bridge the education gap, right. The financial gap.
That's right.
This was part of Martin Luther King's dream. The little black babies and little black girls can join hand with little white babies and sing. Somebody don't like that. In 2021, we finding out that, wait a minute. No. It's 2021, right? But guess what? Martin Luther King knew it then.
That's right.
Huh? Go ahead, Salaki.
Man, give him a hand, man. Absolutely right, man. You understand? We joined ourselves, like we have joined to a nation that does not desire us, man. You understand? And it's so like these students right here in this private school, these students right here are your next governors, your next mayors, your next presidents, vice president. This is them. At 15 years old, they showing you who they are. Go ahead, brother.
She claimed in Salakia. Now mom has pulled Portis out of school for good, stating that she doesn't want her child to break down mentally or hurt herself after the racialized bullying. Until the transfer is official, Graves asked the school to allow Gabby to finish out the year through a virtual learning module set up during the coronavirus pandemic.
Right. So, she trying to make sure her child continues to get an education. She don't want to break, like, she don't want that gap in between, her transfer and all this and that, man. So she trying to figure out, how can my child still learn? I'm paying for the school. So she should still be able to learn something, right? Go ahead.
The administration refused, saying that the model is only used for students that stay at home for COVID-related reasons.
And these bastards denied it, man. They didn't give a damn about her child trying to learn anything. They didn't give a damn. Like Officer Zion just said, your money don't mean nothing to them. You paid for her education at this school, and they telling you, nah, she can't use the virtual learning. It's for kids with COVID. You understand? I guarantee you, them kids that were suspended from school probably used this at-home virtual learning.
Right.
They didn't miss their education.
Look, Salaki, if I may, you got to stop bringing these articles out, man. I don't know the hell, but it goes into another red line or a red flag, if I may. Mm-hmm. It shows that the Most High allowed maybe seniors last year to graduate without that same racial oppression. You understand? That same teacher that it's kind of hard to get them virtually. You understand? That's right. That's what she was saying. But how many children that didn't go through oppression last year when they had COVID protocol, or the year prior to that? How many seniors were able to get through high school and get what they needed to get to college without the oppression because of the the COVID protocols or whatnot? Right. How many names that she probably was facing this all last year?
That's right.
She been at the school. So she probably was happy. That's why her mama like, nah, we just gonna go back to COVID. They're like, nah, you can't go back to COVID. Who you think came up with the idea? The daughter? Like, mama, I didn't have these issues last year when COVID was here. Right?
That's right.
Come on, Cordon. I see you.
Go ahead. Oh, that's a lot.
A lot, so I ain't had nothing. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm. You on there? Oh, he's what? Yeah, man. Like they denied her, man. They didn't give a damn about her education, man. They did not care. Nope. If your daughter ain't sitting in this classroom, she ain't learning nothing. You understand? And like I said, like that's what we go through, man. We have to deal with the oppression. We have to deal with the racism. Our children have to deal with the racism, man. You understand? They don't give a damn about us, man. Go ahead, brother.
Khan. The head of the school, Elizabeth Head, released this statement to the outlet. The International School of Indiana is an inclusive, diverse, and respectable community. ISI does not tolerate racial intolerance or other discriminatory conduct and takes reports of such alleged misconduct very seriously.
That's a goddamn lie, man. That is a lie because if you don't tolerate it, you separate yourself from it, right? If you don't tolerate it, we have no tolerance for pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Do we put ourselves around pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster? No, we don't. If you have a zero tolerance for it, you don't allow it around you. Suspending these kids, knowing that what they did and knowing the things that they've said, and bringing them back doesn't show that you have a zero tolerance for it. It shows that you have a tolerance for it as long as it's certain people or a certain race of people. Right. Triple Quadar is right. That's why we should gather ourselves together, man. And then gathering ourselves together, we separate from these people that saying they don't tolerate racial intolerance. You understand? That's dumb, man. Like this whole story is crazy to me because like them students, there's no way I would have let that go, man. If that happened to my kids in school, there's no way. Somebody need to be fired. Somebody need to be put out the school permanently. Make them relocate to another school. Make them stay home. You understand? Us as black people, you know, we won't even bring our kids around if they don't know how to act right. You understand? Like, it ain't nothing new. Man, I ain't bringing that kid over there, man. I don't know how to act, man. You understand? Like, if your child don't know how to act around other children, homeschool it. You paying $22,000 a year anyway. Get them a tutor. Obviously, they don't want to be at school. They don't know how to act around other students. Go ahead, brother.
Such reports are investigated promptly and thoroughly in order to gain a complete understanding of what allegedly happened.
It ain't no way that you need to investigate this, man. They handed this girl a freaking cotton ball as a rose or some flowers and asked her to prom, man. Why would you need to investigate it? The evidence is right there. She said they sent it in text messages. I'm quite sure somebody's seen the messages. Go ahead.
After investigating, ISI takes firm and appropriate steps to remedy and address any misbehavior. The nature of those steps depends upon the severity of what occurred. As ISI's policy is that matters concerning students are confidential, the school is unable to provide details of specific situations. But the private K through 12 school has a student population of approximately 556 students, according to USA School Info. The site also reports that individuals who identify as white make up 70% of the student body.
Individuals that identify as white make up 70% of the student body, man. They put they kids in private schools to get them away from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. They put them in there because they hate these kids sitting in classrooms beside us, man. You understand? They paying all this money so that they kid can get a private education, man. You understand? And not have to be around black people, man. their parents obviously hate black people. If they didn't, the students, their children wouldn't be acting like this. If they gave a damn about the lives of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they doing this because they done heard their parents. They done seen and heard of their parents doing this, man. Go ahead.
Salakia. Blacks make up a little over 4%.
Who the hell would put their kid in the school like that, man? You're a bad parent, man. You're a bad parent. You put your child in a school predominantly white and expect her to be okay? You're a terrible parent, man. They hadn't even mentioned the father. The father would have been able to tell her, don't put her in that school. She don't need to be there. Send her to school with people like her, where she can have real friends. Friends that won't give her a goddamn cotton ball. That's right. A private school is an equal white school, man. You understand? That's what it's for. It's for white people, man. That's just like you moving into an all-white neighborhood. Go ahead, brother.
Salakia, sir. All this show me is that our people is sick because this is not a new story. This happened. Wasn't this the whole civil rights? Them sisters that was going to the school and got treated like this.
That's right.
So it's like mentally we just want to do it again because essentially when you think of any other people, they go through some troubles and establish like an organization or something so that their children don't go through it.
That's right.
But our people, for some reason, so selfish, which correlates to what we talked about yesterday, brotherhood. We just think for ourselves. Oh, I did it. I just got my money. I'm gonna keep my money and buy a big house, and I'm cool.
Right.
But you ain't thinking about establishing what you went to that school and got a degree for or whatever. Establishing a school for the next brothers and sisters that's coming up, so they don't have to go through what you go through. Right. But a lot of times they tell us, "Oh, I went through it. You can do it too."
Good night, man. You all own it, brother. All own it. I think also, you had something. Most High Christ. Good night, brother. All over it, man. It's good to see this brother growing, man. Good to see you, man. I guess that's a pause. Okay, I said so. Good night. But, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Students who identify as mixed race or who have multiple ethnicities total 12.8% of the population. Asians comprise 10% of the student body.
Like, your child is completely outnumbered, man. Completely, man. And you're going to send her there thinking she's going to be safe? Why? Because she around white people? Wholesome whites. The good old society. You understand? Like, that's disgusting, man. And that shows, like, this story right here, just reading this story right here, shows how much this mother hates herself, man. She sent her child to this all-white school because that's what she wanted to be when she was her age, man. She hates herself, man. She don't want to identify herself as being black, man. Right. So she trying to take that away from her daughter, man. You sending your child to this public school, this private school, the chances are she gonna end up with some Edomite on top of her at night when she grow up. You understand? Like, you're a terrible parent, man. That is terrible. At least if you send her to a private school, she have a chance of being with a brother. You're gonna send your child to devils and nothing but devils. Because you hate yourself, man. You don't want to be black. And that shows that you don't have no love for your people, man. You trying to separate yourself from your people, man. Go ahead, brother.
Porter's story mirrors those of other students who have left schools because of racism.
And this ain't the first time it's happened. This is constantly happening, man. You understand? Other students who done left schools because of racism. And I'm quite sure that goes on in all these private schools, man. Across the nation. All these private schools filled with these good old Christians, this is what's happening. But you tell us to join America, man. God damn America, man.
That's right.
You understand? This is terrible. Go ahead, brother.
Recently, Atlanta's Black Star reported on a Rochester mom that pulled her 6th grader and 11th grader out of the Pittsford School District in upstate New York.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria Love said in an interview that she and her spouse were tired of their children experiencing racial slurs at a place where they were supposed to be learning.
And so, like this one right here, it say her and her spouse. You know, I don't know if it's a man or whatever. You know, it's a lot of stuff going on these days, and people pick other people. You understand? Like, but if it's talking about her and her spouse, if that spouse is a man, if that spouse is a male, he is a poor excuse of a father, man. He don't give a damn about his kids, because as a father, you're supposed to protect your children, man. And as a father, I personally would not send my child to a predominantly white school because I know the things that could happen. You understand? And if you love your kids, you would not send your kids to an all-white school, man. Go ahead.
My husband and I made the tough decision.
It's a husband. Good night. Go ahead.
My husband and I made the tough decision to remove our students because we felt like 5 years was long enough. She said last month. A lot of the racist incidents.
Go. Oh, never mind. Go ahead. Keep going.
A lot of the racist incidents do involve black students, but it's not only black students.
Mm-hmm.
One of the incidents.
See, like that right there is the it's okay thing. You understand? Like, it's not all black students though. It's not only happening to black students though. So that right there kind of like covers it up a little bit, right? Put the entity on it. You understand? Like, it do involve black students, but it's not always black students. Just try to make you feel good about it. Take the edge off. You understand? When that's a goddamn lie, it shouldn't involve no student. You understand?
And so, like, if I may, you talking about if you had one incident of a racial inequality, right? We all had maybe that one instance, right? You remember that for the rest of your life,
right?
You mean to tell me they did it for 5 years? For 5, if you had one incident with a devil, you like, I remember this one time. You gonna take it to the grave. This child been there for 5 years, and as a parent, you say, "Well, I'm finally sick of it." Well, goddamn, how long you think your child been sick of it?
That's right.
How many times that they came home and they didn't tell you about it, and they just went to the bathroom and locked the door?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about self-esteem issues. My God.
Right.
Go ahead, show me.
So, Lockie, I was just gonna add that that's what we equate success.
Right.
That you
Damn right.
you learn how to take abuse and power through it. When like the brother, the trooper said, you shouldn't even have to go through that.
That's right. Damn right, man. You talking about you felt like 5 years was long enough, man. You understand? I feel like 400 years was long enough. Right. You understand? I feel like 400 years has been long enough for us to know we should separate from them. You understand? It shouldn't take 5 years. You have 400 already. Right. Why the hell you add an additional 5? You don't love your kids. And like I said, this father was a poor excuse of a dad, man. Poor excuse. The first time it happened, they went back the next day. Because it shouldn't happen, man. You let it go on for 5 years. Imagine how your kids look at you. They don't look at you as a real man, man. They don't look at you as caring about them, man. You understand? You put them in a position where they're not going to be able to communicate with you. They're not going to be able to be honest with you because you failed them as a parent. Go ahead, brother.
No, what you're bringing out is real heavy. This speaks volumes about the dangers of Christianity.
That's right.
And the teaching that God loves everyone and there's no separation, between, the so-called races. And what comes to my mind is Ruby Bridges, that little black girl that was put on the forefront, to desegregate the schools. Right. You read, if you're listening, Google Ruby Bridges, man. and read the account of her experience and how, so-called oppressors were holding black baby dolls in little black coffins while she's walking into school, in elementary school, man. Put yourself in that mind state, but Salakia.
Man, nah, Most High in Christ, man. Yeah, brother in hand, man. You understand? Like, and that is damaging psychologically, man.
Right.
Like these are students, man. They not adults. These are children. You understand? Like us in here, we can hear this stuff. We could talk about this stuff, you understand, and decipher through it and know what is what. But these kids can't. They can't do that, man. Like this is something that's gonna damage them. You understand? And not having the truth, they doubly damaged. They ain't gonna have nobody to talk to. They can't go to they don't know who General Hyman is to get counseling. They out here solo dolo, man.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
One of the incidents that was filmed and placed on social media was of a white student with a toy gun who claimed that he wanted to kill black people.
It's like the brother just said, man. He just said that. The damn doll in the goddamn coffin. Go ahead.
Love says that the video frightened people. The students at that particular high school were scared, and the point of someone making a video like that is to frighten and harm other people. 5 hours south in New Rochelle, New York, a teen baseball star named Tony Humphrey is leaving his school after he contends that a school staff exhibited racial bigotry toward him by stereotyping him as a thug.
He said, like, this is what we go through all over the nation, man. Everywhere we go through this, man. You understand? We are not desired in this place, man. And like this right here just proves the scripture. Given a chance, they not gonna be happy with bloodshed, man. Right. They not happy with bloodshed. You understand? Over 400 years of bloodshed, and they still doing this. You understand? And it's still going on to this day. All the blood that we done shed, all the tears we done cried, all the hands we done shook trying to join America. Black people, we go day in and day out trying to join ourselves to our oppressor, trying to please our oppressor, man. And our children are going through this. Our children are suffering for the ignorance that we have, man. The ignorance that Al Sharpton has. We leaving our children to suffer, man, instead of teaching them who the devil of the Bible is. Instead of teaching them to separate, we leaving our kids out to dry, man. That's hell, man, because they teaching their kids the wrong way to survive in America, man. With that, pass the class of peace, priest and officer. Show me out, man.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Shout out to 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means 10th in Hebrew. My Ishara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or a teacher. The priest fund is a free will offering for priests. It's not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming holy convocation is the Feast of Purim. Stand by for the date. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, he needs to start wearing all black boot, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're going to render one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Majim. We'll render one courtesy salute to the sister. If you stand. Amadium Shabbat. Amadium. Barak. Yahweh Shema, Adonai, Shem Yahushua. Out on top, Pastor Smith.
One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends so we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but they a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance. One west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group eyes for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin' they win every dollar. They riding by black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper been the stopper since the titty bopper. But now I'm going off Patron and premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modify the chopper. It's war heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm a ballin', ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spit like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because U.P.K. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
You understand? You done found a new breed of Hebrews that stand and walk with the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And we don't care who we got to come up against. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on. Of my true love's head.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see I'm right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life. Took us to a place where ain't never